Good day, everyone. Welcome to Mobile Legends. Now, for today, we are first going to make a simple recap of what we have discussed last time. So, it's about personal planning. Now, the primary function is to analyze and evaluate the human resources available in the organization. Now, in this first part, is yung aalamin natin at we are going to judge or evaluate yung mga yung mga tao, yung mga workers na meron sa ating organization and determine how to obtain the kinds of personnel needed to staff positions ranging from assembly line workers to chief executive. So, na-evaluate na natin, na-analyze na natin kung may kulang ba. At saka kung pag nalaman na natin na kulang, hahanapan natin ng paraan kung paano tayo makakahanap ng mga workers na kinakailangan para sa mga iba't ibang posisyon sa ating organization. Let's say, for instance, sa Jollibee, of course, dapat meron na tayong yung bayad galing sa Jollibee kasi always na-advertise na gagamit yung Jollibee sa mga discussions natin. So, for example, sa Jollibee, sa chicken, isa yung taong tagapagprito ng chicken, tapos iba din yung tao tagapagprito ng french fries. Oo, that's true. So, yung nakita natin na kulang yung tao na sa pagprito ng chicken kasi let's say isa lang yung tao and hindi pwedeng magkaroon siya ng shift. So, hahanapan natin ng paraan kung paano tayo makakahanap ng ibang worker na magpiprito din. So, what we are going to do is that we are going to hire yung mga qualified. So, that is the main function of personal planning. Kung paano aalamin kung ano yung kulang ng mga personnel at hahanapan ng paraan paano mapunan yung kakulangan. Okay? Now, the purpose of personal planning is to reduce waste in employing people. So, para ma-minimize yung pag overstaff or understaff. Lessen uncertainty about current personal levels and future needs and eliminate mistakes in staffing. Now, ito kasi yun. We cannot just hire and hire employees. Dapat kung ano lang yung kailangan. Kasi kung nag-overstaff tayo, lugi yung organization. Di ba? Same lang yung output. Let's say, kailangan natin ng 20, pero nag-hire tayo ng 30. So, yung output na kayang i-achieve ng 20 ay yun din yung na-achieve ng 30 employees. So, sayang yung pinapasahod natin. Okay? Of course, it is for humanitarian reasons, kaya tayo nag-hire, but we must also make sure that hindi magbabankrupt or mag-close yung ating organization. We must also consider the future. Kasi kung lalaki pa yon, mas marami pa tayong mabibigyan ng trabaho. And also, sa understaffing, yung kakulangan sa mga empleyado, of course, nakaka-apekto yon sa output ng trabaho, yung quality ng trabaho, which can also affect the performance of the company. Okay? So, lessen uncertainty about current personal levels and future need. So, lessen uncertainty. Yung parang hindi ka sigurado. So, mababawasan yun. So, dahil sa personal planning, nalalaman mo na, oops, yun, eto palang kulang natin. So, kapag na-hire na yon, may ka na, you are certain, alam mo na tama yung number of personnels na kinakailangan mo. And eliminate mistakes in staffing. So, that refers to overstaffing, sobra yung na-hire, at understaffing, kulang yung na-hire. So, next is to avoid worker and skill shortages, stopping the profit eroding effects of being over or understaffed. Same na explain na. Preparing succession plans and shaping optimal future workforce by hiring the right managers, technical specialists, and skilled workers in appropriate numbers. Same thing pa din. Medyo, medyo high IQ yung mga words na ginagamit, but basically, it talks about the same things. Okay? Now, ito yung continuation, and this is the one of the most important parts of personal planning, personal recruitment and selection. So, recruitment is a process performed to attract candidates for vacant positions. So, recruitment, eto yung nagre-recruit. Parang nag-i-invite na, oy, ali kayo, dito kayo. Kung gusto niyo magtrabaho, eto yung sweldo. Eto lang ang kailangan niyo, yung sa mga qualified para kukunin ka namin. So, advertisement lang itong recruitment. Hindi hindi ibig sabihin na kapag nag-apply ka, tanggap ka na. Of course, it will be based on dito na, next selection is the process where decisions are made to choose among recruited candidates those who gather ideal characteristics, note the word, ideal characteristics for the required position. Okay? Ito talaga yung basis. Dito talaga nagbabase kung sino yung ise-select. Of course, this is just the ideals on how selection should be done. Pero sa atin kadalasan ngayon is backer. But wag kayong mag-alala. Change is coming. Okay, sa nakikita nyo, meron na talagang change. And kung ang isang company naman ay umaasa talaga sa mga backer, kahit na mas magaling ka, mas matalino ka, mas qualified ka, yung malakas sa backer tapos halos bulakbol sa pag-aaral, halos walang alam, yun yung kinuha nila, sinelect nila. So, it is, may negative effect yan sa organization. It can affect yung sa performance niya. Kung ano yung dapat na, yung, what we call this, yung assignment niya. Yung job description na niya. Okay? So, for the next is appointment. The act of appointing or designating someone for an office or position. Now, this is connected with assignment. The office or position to which one has been appointed. Okay, for example, si Ma'am Chris, binigyan niya ako ng, hindi. Okay, sa WIMSO, ang may power para mag-appoint is ang president and the president alone. So, for instance, si Madam President, in-appoint niya ako sa designation na, let's say, what we call this? Sige, gagawa tayo ng fictional position na lang. Let's say, barangay captain ng Department of Criminology. So, she is going to appoint me. So, si Madam President yung maglalagay sa akin doon. The act of appointing or designating someone for an office. Ito yung assignment. Ito yung barangay captain, yung assignment. So, appointment is yung ibinigay, dinesignate ni Madam President sa akin. Assignment is yung kung ano yung posisyon. Okay? I hope meron tayong understanding. But if meron kayong hindi talaga naintindihan, feel free to ask me. And according nga kay Governor Berleo, sabi niya, wato na rin taog ayaw magkaulaw po tana, no? Sabot? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Okay ha, pag humanani, kung namoy bang tana, ayaw mo kaulaw ko. Yes ma'am, yes sir niya wadi kasabot. So pangutana lang mo anytime pag mabasa na ko na, mahuman ko email, mabasa na ko na, of course mo reply gyud ko. Okay, next. Now, next is the principles in management. Now, first in line is the division of work. Division of work refers to the separation of a work process in a number of tasks, with each task performed by a separate person or group of persons. Now, okay, kapag binigyan kayo ng task ni Sir Suero, okay, uh, tomorrow we are going to, you graduating students are going to clean the school. So, hindi naman talaga na, ano, yung, yung fourth years lang talaga yung, magtatrabaho sa school. Of course, kasi they are, yung, for example, yung Gob, he can delegate, or not delegate, yung give assignments to others. Let's say sa third year, para ma-divide yung workload. So that is an example of division of work. Or let's say, para mas madali yung trabaho, pwede rin yung mga fourth years isa grounds, yung mga third year isa classrooms, yung second year isa outside, yung first year is sa mga offices, sa mga pwede rin sa atip. Okay, so kapag narinig nyo yung division of work, ano lang talaga, i-divide yung work. Next is authority and responsibility. Easy. Authority is the power to give orders and get it obeyed, or in other words, it is the power to take decisions. So yung authority is ang kapangyarihang magbigay ng order taker, and get it obeyed, or in other words, power to take decisions. That's easy. Responsibility means state of being accountable or answerable for any obligation, trust, debt, or something, or in other words, it means obligation to complete a job assigned on time and in best way. So, it is your responsibility. Kapag hindi mo nagawa yung responsibility mo, may pananagutan ka. So, it is your accountability. You are answerable kapag hindi yan matapos or magawa. So, itong authority and responsibility should come hand in hand. Hindi pwedeng may authority ka tapos wala kang responsibility, or wala kang authority tapos meron kang responsibility. Okay? Next is discipline. It's a practice of making people obey rules or standards of behavior and punishing them when they do not. It is also training to act in accordance with rules. So, disiplina. The practice of making people obey rules or standards of behavior. So, pagsunod lang kung ano yung dapat na gawin, or mga rules and organization and laws ng sa isang organization. Next is unity of command. So, united in command is the principle that subordinate members of a structure should all be responsible to a single commander. So, hindi yung dalawa yung kanilang yung sinusunod. So, in a group, dapat isa lang yung leader, yung magbibigay ng command. So, for instance, yung criminology, they listen to the commands of Sir Suero. Okay? Hindi pwede magbibigay ng command si Governor Berleo, tapos iba din naman yung command ni Sir Suero. Tapos yung mga department heads, nakikinig din sa command ni Ma'am Rico. Okay? Hindi pwedeng yung Department of Social Work nakikinig sa command ni Sir Suero. They should know their place. Okay? So, unity of command is based on the hierarchy of the structure sa organization. Unity of direction. One manager and one place for a group of activities that have the same objectives. So, dapat iisa yung direction. So, medyo synonym din sa unity of command. But dito sa unity of direction is kung saan papatungo yung output ng isang group. Okay? Hindi yung, let's say, yung criminology, tsaka social work, tsaka iba. Let's say, yung criminology is trying to aim for higher passing rate, tsaka yung social work. Pero meron namang ibang department na nag-i-aim na ano lang, yung top-notcher. Hindi dapat yun. Hindi dapat ganun. Dapat sabay-sabay. Kasi it affects the performance of the school. Okay? Subordination of individual interest to general interest. The interest of one employee or group shall not take precedence over those of the organization as a whole. Now, dito sa isang grupo, of course, kapag merong, let's say, mayaman, let's say, dyan sa criminology, mayaman. Tapos, since mayaman siya, okay lang na hindi siya papasok. So, parang gusto niya na ganun din yung iba. So, he is trying to influence his classmates kung ano yung gusto niyang mangyari. So, hindi pwedeng ganun. Kasi yung mga classmates niya ay meron ding mga kanya-kanyang gusto. And mas marami doon. So, this is all about what we call this majority democracy. Kung ano yung gusto ng iba, yun yung masusunod. Ng karamihan pala. Yun yung masusunod. Oh? The interest of one employee or a group shall not take precedence over those. So, hindi dapat mananalo yung kagustuhan ng kakaunti. Remuneration of personnel refers to the total amount an employer receives for performing a service or for being employed by a company or organization. Of course, ito ang best motivator. Sahod. Remuneration of personnel. This refers to salary. Now, centralization is the concentration of control of an activity or organization under a single authority. That's easy. From the word center, centralization. So, sino yung nasa center? Sino yung nagbibigay talaga ng order? Let's say, for instance, sa Wimso. Of course, si Ma'am Rico. Tapos, Ma'am Rico is going to give orders to the departments. Pero overall, na-centralized doon kay Ma'am Rico under a single authority. Okay? Now, next is scalar chain. Scalar chain is a chain of all supervisors from the top management to the person working in the lowest rank. Okay, eto na. Dapat klaro yung kung saan dumadaan yung flows ng authority. Yan yung scalar chain. So, scale refers to the scales, yung level. Chain is yung kadena. So, for instance, si Ma'am Chris nagbibigay ng order kay Sir Suero, then si Sir Suero nagbibigay ng order kay Governor Berlier, then si Gov nagbibigay ng order sa mga fourth year. So, ganun yan. Hindi pwedeng si Ma'am Rico nagbigay ng order kay Sir Suero, so si Sir Suero nagbigay ng order sa Governor ng Social Work. Uy, lumiko. Impossible. Amazing. Okay, next is order. Materials and resources shall be in the right place at the right time. Right man at the right job and at the right place. So, sana all nasa tama. Ikaw na ba si Mr. Right? So, order talks about materials and resources being at the right place at the right time. Okay? So, hindi yung maghanap ka pa or you're going to rearrange kasi wala sa it takes it takes up too much time dahil wala sa order. So, dapat in order yan. And in management course, tawag nila dito ay 6S. Okay, equity, the quality of being fair or impartial or fairness. Now, synonym ito ng equality. Pero actually, this is much closer to equality. Okay? But let's just choose equity for, you know, in this subject. Next is stability of personnel tenure. Employee needs time to adjust to a new job and reach a point of satisfactory performance. High turnover should be avoided. Okay. So, of course, kinakailangan ng isang empleyado na maka-adjust lalo na kung bago pa siya. Okay? Because hindi naman automatic na kapag bago kang hire, alam mo na lahat. Of course, may mga iba't ibang management system yung bawat organization. So, the organization should be patient in giving enough time to their employees to adjust para magkaroon in order to reach kaysa naman pag nakita na parang talaga pangit talaga yung performance ng empleyado na to. Yeah, 2 days pa lang siya nag-joking. So of course, give him a chance to learn from his mistakes, and of course, kailangan talaga i-guide, bigyan ng mga seminars, training, workshops, para matuto naman siya. Okay? And most importantly, to give encouragement. Now, the next sentence is high turnover should be avoided. Turnover refers to itong resigning. It refers to a lot of things, but turnover also refers to yung aalis. Okay? In this case. Okay? Initiative is the ability to assess and initiate things independently. Okay. Ito yung kakayahan na para gagawa ng what do you call this? Desisyon kung paano makamit or what do you call this? To make things done. So, kahit na konti yung mga medyo similar din ito sa being resourceful. Yung hahanap talaga ng paraan para magawa yung gusto mangyari ng manager nila or yung superior nila. So, if if may initiative ka, so kahit na walang order galing sa superior mo, ay gagawa ka ng mga hakbang na nakabubuti para sa inyong organization. Okay, next is esprit de corps. Refers to unity, harmony, teamwork, and self-belongingness. So, sa isang organization ito, it creates bond, yung friendship, yung parang isang pamilya kayo sa isang organization. And this is, ito yung pinaka-ideal na principle. Kasi kung, it avoids, yung jealousy ba? Kasi kapag nagsiselos yung ibang empleyado, gagawa yung mga hakbang na maihila pababa yung ibang yung pinagsasalosan nila. Okay. Smart. Authority must be commensurate with responsibility. Now, what is authority again? It is the power to give orders. And the responsibility is the state of being accountable or answerable. So, no one should be held responsible for the outcome of task unless he has been given the corresponding authority for the performance of the task. So, dili ri ka pwede mahimong responsable kung maot ang trabaho, kung wala ka hatagi og gahom nga magbuhat nga ng trabaho. Okay? Okay pa sa all right? Okay, this requires proper delegation of authority, that is the one to whom authority has been delegated is accountable for its proper use. So, dapat may proper na pagbigay ng authority. So, let's say, Si Sir Suero na naman. Okay, grabe talaga ang example tong Wilson na 'to. So, Mang Chris is going to bibigyan niya. She will delegate authority to Sir Suero as the delegate as the department head of criminology. Now, since siya na yung department head, he has the authority to do what he wants or what is needed for the Department of Criminology to improve. So, gagawa niya ng kahit na ano-anong paraan. Basta, of course, legal ways. Kung if he wants to rearrange things, to create laws or mga programs ng criminology, he can do that because he has the authority. But kung ano yung mangyayari, let's say, kung wala siyang gagawin, tapos binigyan siya ng authority, he is responsible. May kapalit din yan kapag irresponsible ka. Okay? Let's say, yung performance mo, bababa, so that can affect to your can affect your salary. So kung maganda naman yung so tapos responsible ka sa sa success ng iyong minamanage ay of course dapat meron ding um, compensation. You will be rewarded. Ganun yun. Para magkaroon naman sorry. Yung encourage na naman para maulit na naman yung success. Or mas higher pa yung ikakamit, ang gustong makamit. Okay? Now, management tools for coordination. Clear chain of command and unity of command. So, alam na natin yan. Clear channels of communication and strict adherence to them. So, when it comes to communication, let's say, pag ang criminology, si Gov, gusto niya magkaroon ng program kasi may authority din siya as being the representative of criminology students. So, he is going to request Sir Swero kung pwede ba na mag-conduct ng ganitong program. So, si Sir Swero, wala ding authority para mag-approve. But mag-note lang siya. Ang may authority na mag-approve ng program ng school is si Ma'am Chris. So, gagawa ng letter si Berleo na ang nakalagay na signatory is prepared by Governor Berleo, Mark Berleo, noted by Mr. Suero, and then approved by Ma'am Rico. Kasi siya yung mag-approve. But dapat, klaro yung channel of communication, yung line of communication kung kanino dumaan. Okay? Now, okay, next is clear, specific job descriptions. Dapat klaro kung ano yung dapat mong gawin. Okay, kung security guard ka, of course, dyan ka sa security guard. Hindi ka pwedeng magtunas sa mga bintana. Sa mga nakikita nyo sa sa Jollibee establishments, of course, nagpupunas yung guard. Kaya nga nakakatawa. Kasi sa Filipino, ganun yun. Ganun talaga. Binibigyan ng mga extra trabaho pero wala namang extra sahod. Of course, takot kasing mawala ng trabaho. But in the US, kung saan ka lang talaga assign, doon ka lang talaga. Pagagalitan ka pa ng manager. Okay? Next is clear specific goals, objectives, and work plans. Dapat ma-explain ng mabuti sa members ng isang organization kung ano yung mga goals, objectives, at yung mga plano na gusto mong mangyari. Para iisa lang din yung merong unity of direction. Okay? Standard operating procedures for routine tasks. Of course, dapat meron tayong mga SOPs sa mga routine tasks. Routine task refers to yung mga gawain natin na pang araw-araw. Yung mga dapat gawin natin every day. yung routinary activities. Okay? An agency regulation guidebook, of course, dapat needed din ito in order kapag kung may mga bagong empleyado, hindi nila alam, so there's no need to ask their superiors. They only need to check on the guidebooks. Merong mga ganyan yung mga magagandang companies para wala nang it will not be a waste of time for their superiors to explain. Okay? And of course, meron ding kapag kino-question yung mga ginagawa mo, so as long as you stick to the guidebook, wala kang liability doon. Kasi sinusunod mo lang yung kung ano yung regulations ng organization or company. Now, meeting and roll calls, of course, importante ito para ma-talk over kung ano yung situation ng bawat department or agencies or yung groups. Information bulletins, newsletters, and memo. Of course, para ma-inform din yung mga iba't ibang, let's say, sectors or areas ng isang organization kung ano yung mga, let's say, updates. Okay, development of cooperation is a three-way deal. So, cooperation with group supervised, so ikaw manager ka. So, dapat may cooperation ka galing sa mga subordinates mo, yung mga sino-supervise mo. Cooperation with the man above, dapat may cooperation ka din sa mas superior pa sa'yo kahit na leader ka na or manager ka na. And cooperation with the fellow supervisors. So in this case, dapat si Sir Suero may cooperation galing sa kanyang students, galing kay Ma'am Chris, at saka sa ibang department heads team. Okay? Qualities of a good manager. Thorough experience and knowledge in the job. So dapat experienced na kung ikaw ay isang manager. Tact and good judgment. Of course, you must know when to say or act in the right time. Sales ability, of course, marunong ka talagang mag-sales talk. Resourcefulness, marunong kang maghanap ng resources kahit na may kakulangan. Let's say, if you are given the task to, okay, certain, maghanap ka ng extension program. So, wala tayong available. So, paano yan? So, pupunta ako ng barangay, I will ask them, ano yung ganon. Kasi, wala din mga guides kung paano gawin. So, that is one way on how to be resourceful. Okay. Sige na, dyan na muna. Systematized methods of handling work. Okay. Kinakailangan systematized ito para makita din ng mga members mo kung ano na yung current situation ng trabaho. Okay? Para hindi pabalik-balik. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng tao nakakaintindi ng kung ano yung gusto mo mangyari. So, in a system, then malalaman nila kung ano pa yung hindi pa tapos. And also, it's better to understand para palikay sa alanganin, na mabutang ka sa alanganin, okay? Thorough understanding of the term service, okay? Ito, thorough understanding. So, dapat alam mo talaga kung ano yung term service mo, okay? What is this term service? Term refers to yung gaano ka katagal. So, as manager. Okay? But hindi lang ito ga-refer sa as manager. Dapat pati din sa mga workers. So, kung sino din yung mga yung mga matagal na, those workers who need promotion, dapat i-consider din niya. Okay, lastly, the most important is leadership. Dito na. Kung wala ka nito, you cannot be a good manager. Pwede lang ding isa ka lang manager, but you will not be a good one. So leadership, it is the quality of a person that can guide the efforts of a group to a single purpose. So ikaw yung magiging leader nila. You can convince them to do what you want. Okay? Parang budol-budol din, no? No? So, as a leader, para ka na rin, dyan, nagko-court ng isang babae. You have to convince people in order to follow you. Okay? Now, here are different managerial activities and roles. There are three: interpersonal roles, information roles, and decisional roles. So, eto yung mga roles, ang role ng isang manager. This refers to the act of working directly with other people. This is exemplified by being a figurehead where he hosts and attends official ceremonies. The manager has a sense of leadership where he creates enthusiasm and serves people's needs and acts as liaison by maintaining contacts with important people and groups. Now, dito pala sa interpersonal, he is going to maintain relationship with his subordinates and his superiors. Okay? Yun lang. Actually, it's easy kung ano yung interpersonal roles, but yung sa actual na, mahirap yun. Dapat present siya sa mga programs, kung ano yung mga important occasions. Kasi parang, it gives yung enthusiasm, yung parang magbibigay din ng gana sa mga tao ba? Okay? Para ma-keep din yung relationship. Parang kasi ito kasi if he is going to speak, it will remind them kung ano ka. Next is information roles. It's done by exchanging information with other people. The manager disseminates or shares information with insiders and acts as spokesperson by sharing information and outsiders. Okay, madali lang. Bibigay ng information, okay, binibigyan din siya ng information. So, para din siyang, chikadora nito. Well, anyway, in a good sense. Decisional roles now, easy to understand. He is responsible in making decisions when backed up by a problem. Kapag mayroong problema, so siya yung hahanap ng paraan. Or kung walang problema, siya pa rin yung hahanap ng mga opportunities para mas mapabuti pa yung outputs ng kanilang grupo. Okay? Hindi lang, walang problema, okay. So, dapat hahanap siya ng mga ways para mas ma-improve pa. Okay? Now, three basic managerial skills. First is the technical skill. It is the ability to perform specialized tasks. It involves being highly proficient at using selected methods in interpersonal relationship skills. Now, technical skill. Okay. Kapag ikaw ay head ng isang fingerprint department, or let's say, SOCO, Scene of Crime Operative or Operation, according to others, tapos hindi ka marunong kung paano yung tamang pag-fingerprint. Nanloko ng tsuyin. Mawawala ng respeto yung mga mo. You are not qualified. So dapat, you must be proficient. Not just efficient, proficient talaga. Proficient meaning you are good at it. Okay? So kung head ka sa isang department or isa kang leader, dapat you must be good at it. Next is human skill. It is the ability to work well with people. It emerges as spirit of trust, enthusiasm, and genuine involvement in interpersonal relationships. The skill is essential in networking activities. So, ang human skill, para din yung magaling ka sa words. Dapat ma-maintain mo yung relationship between people, between his subordinates and his superiors, or even in extension. Okay? Conceptual skill. Same pa rin doon sa dapat magaling ka sa problem solving. So it is the ability to analyze and solve complex problems. This analytical ability, which draws heavily on one's mental capacities to identify problems and opportunities and to make good problem-solving decisions that serves the organization's purpose. Of course, the same dun sa dito, decisional roles. Okay? So dapat this talks about skill manggod. Okay. Last is motivational power. This refers to the reasons, intentions, and objectives that underlie a police manager's use of power. Leadership requires that a person have an appreciation of the importance of influencing the outcome of events and the desire to play a key role in that process. Okay, in, in other words, motivational power, para din siyang leadership. But eto kasing leadership, merong different kinds of leadership. Merong dictatorship at meron ding persuasion. And all over the history, kapag nasobrahan na yung pagiging diktador ng isang leader, kadalas ay natatapos sa isang assassination. While in dito sa persuasion, kahit nga naghihirap na talaga yung mga tauhan, yung puso nila ay nandun sa pag-serve ng kanilang leader. So, in persuasion, dyan yung motivational power mo. Kasi hindi mo pinipilit yung tao. Minomotivate mo na lang. Ginaguide mo sila kung ano yung gusto mo mangyari using using words. Kung ano may yung mga tactics mo, kung paano sila ma-convince. Okay? Paano ma-persuade. So, I think this is the last of it. Okay. So, for this week, wala muna tayong activities. But please, if you have the time, ulit-ulitin nyo lang para dumami din views ko sa YouTube at para makakapera rin ako para may pambili ako ng skin. Okay? See you next time!